Hey Scrappy Peeps, I'm back with another process video, and this layout is called EEK Spooky Halloween, and I am finishing up scrapbooking Halloween photos. I didn't take a whole lot this year, but these are photos of my little one, and she went as Poison Ivy for Halloween this Christmas. I did not buy anything new for Halloween because I typically just don't make a whole lot of Halloween layouts, so I'm using some stuff from my stash. So I am taking, I think this was oh goodness, maybe an older Scraptastic kit mixed in with some other things that I've had for quite a while. So I took a piece of orange pattern paper, not pattern paper, but solid cardstock, and to that I trimmed down a piece of black cardstock, and then I added a pattern paper that has little twinkle stars in black against a cream background. And now I'm going to mount my photo. And we took this picture before Corinne was heading to school. I feel so bad for teachers who, when the school day falls on Halloween, because it's like you can't get their attention because kids are so excited about trick-or-treating. That day they had a party in the afternoon, and a lovely parent had offered to host us. And my daughter goes to a very small private school, so the older children got to go off-site to have their party, and they rode on a hayride on the property of this family that offered to host, and it was pretty fun. They had a lot of fun. And they had candy and such, and then later that day we went trick-or-treating in a local neighborhood. So let's see, what am I doing? I want to create both a horizontal and a vertical strip, and I wanted the focal point to be on the photos, and so I'm trying to be more intentional on doing layouts that feature multiple photos, particularly 4x6 photos, because I get so many questions about that, like what is good design technique for scrapbooking multiple photos. So I'm trying to be more mindful to do that in my process videos. So I created a horizontal band and a vertical band using the pattern paper. And then I also want to create just a tiny bit of orange there at the bottom because I felt that it needed. There's a lot of black in this layout. And I'm going to go ahead and mount my photos now that I have those, or adhere my photos to the background now that I have them all mounted on white paper. And now it's time to embellish. So now I'm going to work on the title. So the first part of the title is a Thickers font set. Well, I guess it's not a font. It's more like I guess a collection of different things. So anyway, I'm going to spell out spooky, and that came with the little collection there. And then I'm going to add that glittery bat, which I'll shop around the page a little bit and then ultimately decide that's where I want it. Now the second Thickers font that I'm using is called Boo. So the first one's called Spooky, this one's called Boo, and it's a orange glitter font, and I'm going to spell out Halloween. Now I'm trying to get some letters configured here because I didn't have a second L and I didn't have a second E, so you know how we do. We make it work. I have this little banner here that I'm trying to shop around. It says Sugar Rush, which would be perfect, but I felt that it interfered with the title, so I'm going to leave that off and maybe use that on something else. Now I have these die cuts, and they are from, let's see, the Something Wicked collection by My Mind's Eye. So all the die cuts are from that collection. And then those little puffy stickers are Studio Puffs, and those were exclusive to the Scraptastic kit made by Pink Fresh Studio. I'm adding some foam strips there to the back of that little embellishment so it can pop up a little bit. And let's see, yeah. So while I'm doing all of that, my daughter was super excited to go trick-or-treating, as always, and gosh, I don't know what it is about Halloween, but it's like kids cannot contain themselves, and she kept asking, Mommy, are we going? Are we going? Are we going? I'm like, oh my God, yes, we're fine. We're finally going. And she had such a good time, and she just bebops around the neighborhood like a big kid. All right, so I cut a circle out of a piece of pattern paper, black and white striped pattern paper, because I wanted something to rest that little gold pumpkin on. And to that, I added a puffy sticker that says Candy, 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 and then a gold star. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put that little vellum bat. So there goes that glitter bat again. I thought maybe I'll put them there, maybe there. Nope, I'm going to put them right there next to my little embellishment, and I think that works out just fine. To the other embellishment cluster, well, actually at the top of the title, I'm going to add the puffy word that says EEK. And then to the left of the layout with my little cluster there, I am going to add a puffy sticker that says Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And I think that looks good. It brings some continuity to the page with 3 of those puffy stickers being there, 1 in each cluster. Now I'm adding some enamel dots. And those are by the Something Wicked collection by My Mind's Eye. I'm going to sprinkle those on the page as well, just to add a bit more interest and a bit of texture. I'm going to change out a couple of those in a few. So I step away, I do my journaling, which basically talks about that we headed to a local subdivision, the trick-or-treat. We live in an apartment complex and nobody over here trick-or-treats, which is weird because there's a lot of families that live here. But anyway, so we go to the adjoining neighborhood and we trick or treat, and then we have a tradition of either getting pizza or going to Sonic to get corn dogs. And I talked about how she kind of, made her way around the neighborhood like a big kid. She got tired there for a minute because I was really, we were really rushing around the neighborhood to get to all the houses. And it's a pretty large neighborhood. And about halfway through, she's like, Mommy, I'm so tired. Can we take a break? Which I think really was an excuse to eat a Kit Kat. So I don't blame her. So I added a piece of black and white striped paper there at the bottom because I felt that it needed just a little tiny something. And now I'm going to add a little bit more enamel dots. I'm kind of trading out some of the orange ones for the black ones because I had just a few of those left and I wanted to use those up. So there we go. That looks really good. All right, and that is the finished layout. I think this came out very, very well. Be sure to head on over to the Victoria Marie blog for more information about this layout. Some photos are coming up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you've been watching these videos and you enjoy them. I would love to have you along. And then also make sure you subscribe to the Victoria Marie blog for all the latest and greatest happenings. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.